Okay, so I just want to, before we go into our call, I wanted to talk to you guys about something today that kind of been on my mind because uh, the big group is kind of, I don't want to say it's on my last nerve, but in a sense, it is on my last nerve because I have a ton of other things going on with groups. I'm running a coach camp, I'm running a social media group, I'm running my own challenge group, and I'm just running my business and trying to run that huge group. So who has challengers in the big support group? Raise your hand. I know nobody has challengers in that group.
Well,
You don't, Katie. Holly, do you have anybody in there? Okay, I'm sorry. You're on mute. Hold on one second. Let me unmute you.
I
What'd you
didn't
say?
hear what you said. It was all broken up.
Do you have any in our big support group? Do you have anybody in there?
Our main, the main one, yes.
Yeah, the real big one.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm gonna post it in our team page. But I want us to, because I created that group for a reason, and I feel like I know some of you have branched off and started your own, but then I also feel like you're giving yourself added work because that's what I created this group for. It's called Team Real Dreams Support Community. So that's why I liked that group and did that, because I felt like it was a place for us all to be involved as a team, because now there has to be people in there that you guys don't know about, because there's 250 people in there and I know they're not all mine. So go in there and check and see if you have people in there. If you have them in another group, then take them out of that group, because I am going from posting. I can't post in there every single day. I am running a million other groups. I was going to ask you guys if we could, 7 of us, 5 of us, take one day a week and just post a motivational picture in there or a quote or whatever. For me to do that every single morning, because I purposely started doing my challenge groups where I could use the same exact template every single month so that I didn't have to reinvent the wheel and constantly be doing something new every month. And I'm doing that 365 days a year with this big group. So I just feel like that's why I created it. And I feel like, you guys can do whatever you want, branch off, whatever, but I did that with that group so that we could be a big, as a team. And I feel like if you're doing it, it's just adding more work. It's just easier for everybody to be in there, and then you're posting once a day. Yeah, Hope, that one. Here, I'll unmute that one. Do you have people in that big one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I really think, if not, then I'm just going to because the thing is what I do with it is they're in there and they go through my monthly challenge group, and then they go into the big support group. That's how I run it. And that's originally how we all started it. So, I would really like everybody to go in there and see if there's people in there of yours, because I know I don't have 250 people in there. So anyways, I was just going to ask you guys if if you have people in there, if you would be willing to take a day and post a quote or motivation, something in the mornings, because I've been doing it. I've gotten down to doing it like every other day or every, couple days, just because it's just too much for me to go on and find a quote and post it in there. And I'm going to keep posting in there. I post my workouts in there daily, no matter what. But just that morning thing is just hard for me because it's so easy for me. I am doing a million other groups. So we'll talk about it. I'll post something in the team page so we can figure out days or whatever. But it's just a simple little, and like I said, if you guys do have other groups on top of your challenge groups, I'm not telling you don't do that, but it's kind of silly because that's what that's for. And it's just if you're busy and you have other things going on, that's what that's there for, so that we didn't have to reinvent the wheel and continue, that's why I did that. So I didn't want you guys to have to go and do that because I don't want to create more work for you. That's the last thing I want to do for you guys. So anyways, I will post something in the team page about that. But what I really wanted to talk to you guys about tonight is I had one-on-one calls all last week and, you know, a couple this week. And the reoccurring theme is, you know, coaches, adding new coaches, recruiting coaches, and just, you know, what is that missing piece? And I was on a one-on-one call with Dana today, and she made something pop out to me because I think for me, it's just a little bit different. But she said that she feels that maybe some people, and this is just an observation, that some people feel maybe it's harder to post about coaching and saying how easy coaching is and how much you absolutely adore it when you are struggling yourself and finding it hard yourself to find time for it, you know, et cetera. So that's why I wanted you guys to, because I think, again, just like with anything, if you were in Rank at the Bank with me, we talked about it. I think every video I did in Rank at the Bank, I talked about it being overthinking things. Prime example today, I didn't overthink Transformation Tuesday. I posted a picture of me and Steph about transforming our lives and just meeting each other. There was no talk of how much weight we lost with Beachbody products and this and that. No, it was just a transformation because I was like, something different. It's a transformation of the mind, you know, the inward transformation a lot of people don't see. I just created that post and just posted it. Plus I had like 2 cute pictures of me and her on my phone. So I was like, oh, okay. But anyways, so why I asked you guys, and if you've all checked the team page, I asked you guys all to come with 3 things, at least 3 things that you absolutely love about coaching. And really, what is still keeping you here? Because I know there are days when we all struggle like hell. I know that because I still 2.5 years later struggle some days. So that's why, but I want you guys to think about those 3 things that you love most about coaching. And I want you guys to think of those 3 things when you go to talk about your coaching. I want you to think about, I don't want you to think about that you have to talk about, you know, if you love that coaching pays for your groceries, that's great. It pays for my groceries and everything else that I, you know, but the one thing that you absolutely love, you have to share that with people and not be afraid to share that with people. I love the fact that Beachbody brought all of you guys and all these other amazing people into my life. And I share that like everything. Almost everything I talk about with coaching, it has something to do with posting and talking about the people that I've met, the community that the positivity, talking about how it's changed me into a more positive person, helping me get things that I would not have normally got for myself. So I want you guys, and I'm going to call some of you guys out to share your 3 things. But I wanted you guys to think about that because I wanted you to get a visual. And I wanted you to get a visual because I want you to say, like for me, my example is this. I picked my 3 things. My financial thing that I want coaching to help me with in the next 3 months is the credit card that I put everything on while I was at Summit. And it's not a small amount. So that's what I want to happen in the next 3 months. And guess what? All of my anything that gets put on that credit card will be Beachbody money and Beachbody money. Well, for me, I don't really have any other money. But that's going to be the money that is I'm going to pay off that debt. But I also have bills to pay in my house. So I have to bust my butt to make what I normally make and make enough money in 3 months to pay off that credit card bill in cash. And the reason that I wanted you guys to do that is because I want you guys to think about this as, okay, well, I want Beachbody to pay $150 worth of my groceries every month. Or I want Beachbody to pay off that $1,000 credit card bill. Okay, in 3 months, what are you going to do? And you need to tell yourself what you're going to do in 3 months because you have that goal of that $1,000 credit card bill being paid off by Beachbody and Beachbody only. That's what you're going to work towards. And when you sit down at your computer every day and your phone or whatever, or you're making a post or whatever, that's what I want you guys to think about. Because I think where it's getting lost is we're talking about coaching, And we, everybody does a great job when you guys do share about coaching and what it is and what, inviting people to join you. You're doing a good job of it, but you're talking about coaching versus the actual opportunity that it gives you. And I know some of us have full-time, some of you guys have full-time jobs, and it may be hard for you to talk about the money aspect, but it's okay. I used to do it when I worked full-time. I'm pretty sure my boss knew I hated him and I hated my job, but he didn't have anybody else. So I was the only person there. But I talked about it because I knew that this was what I wanted to do with myself. So like I said on other calls in the past, if you guys just want this to be your hobby, it's totally okay. And I'm totally okay with that. Everybody's okay with that. And that is a fine thing. But if you have goals to pay off bills and for this to at one point be your job, then you need to treat it that way. And you need to set goals and actually work towards those goals. Your actions, I say it till I'm blue in the face, but your actions really do have to meet your goals. And if you think about it this way and talk about it as why you love coaching and not why Heather Burns loves coaching or Nikki Mitten loves coaching, why you love coaching, if you're talking about it outwardly that way, it's going to come off to people that way. And you're going to attract the people that you want to attract. And if you're afraid to talk about coaching, just walk over to your door and throw that out the door right now, because you're not going to get anywhere if you're afraid to talk about coaching. And my mind totally changed a year ago, but my mind 1000% changed at Summit when listening to people and them really saying, we have something great to offer you guys. We change people's lives, literally. And you just don't have to be afraid to talk about that. And that's where you have to really consider, we talk about challenge groups and we talk about coaching, but we want people to know that there's an opportunity here. There's an opportunity for potential financial freedom. None of us have that right now. I've gotten, close to working towards my goals and financial freedom, but I have a mortgage, I have bills, but I talk about coaching like I love it beyond belief because I really and honestly do. So that's the whole reason behind this crazy, you guys probably think I'm nuts when I ask you to do these things, but that's the reason why I said that today and why I wanted to do that. So with that being said, we'll let Katie go first because Katie asked if she could be on the call with us. So we'll let Katie go first because she's a veteran with this, so she's not afraid to do it. I know.
No. All right. Put me on the spot. My main thing financially is being able to put food on the table and pay rent. I've allowed this opportunity to slip through far too many times by being defeated. So I've now put a goal that it's daily goals and it's power sessions that are broken down, and the financial means is going to provide me with groceries on the table and in the refrigerator and my rent. So those are the two big ones for me because that's huge.
Ellington's gotta eat.
Ugh. Oh, he gets food. I don't.
But Katie, so another thing too, what are like 3 things that you absolutely love about coaching that really have nothing to do with the financial gain, but just the matter of like, obviously you've had struggles. So what's still holding you here?
The people and the fact that I can be who I am without giving a shit. I struggle with that when I'm in my hometown, but I'm totally someone new now and my past doesn't define me. And I never really had a core group of people, and now I have that. I mean, some of my best friends I've met through this opportunity. And I do an okay job with posting that because that's honestly one of the main things that keeps me here. Aside from how I feel and how I look and financial gains, it's the people. That's ultimately what keeps me here.
Yeah. Awesome. And just so you guys know, this little one over here, she's on a call with me last week and she says, I can't, we're talking about this diamond goal date because she once wanted to go on, Nikki's retreat, and I can't do that. I said, how close are you to Diamond? And she literally has almost enough coaches to go Diamond, but she doesn't have emeralds. I'm like, get on your computer and get to work. Like, and she's so close now to Diamond, to getting her people to emerald. Why? Because she pushed herself a little bit.
I know you all hear from Jen all the time because she's your leader and she's your coach, and I'm just a friend and a success partner, and I'm not technically on your team. But if I can give you any advice really, really quick before the next person goes, just get out of your freaking head. Because I have sat on my couch and I've sat at my desk and just stared at the computer screen thinking, oh, I'll get it done. And I come up with excuse as why I shouldn't send this invite and why I shouldn't do this. And then I get myself distracted by scrolling Facebook. Just prioritize and get it done, because I've had a lot of success in just 2 days because I actually freaking did work. So just get out of here.
Looking at it now, we're talking, like, we had a conversation before we even got on this call, looking at it this way of your rent is going to count on it.
Yeah.
You really, Katie's like me. She has other bills, she has things, but she doesn't really have a huge other source of income. She doesn't have a full-time job. So this is it. Pays the bills, and you're going to work your ass off every day if you know that. And that's why we said, like, guys, honest to God, I couldn't tell you before Beachbody, I didn't have goals. Dream big was like, oh yeah, okay, that's for people that are rich. That's exactly the way that I thought. And I'm sure that's the way everybody thought, but you can't think like that. You have to, if you set a goal for yourself, it's okay to set a goal date or something, 3 months from now. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But if you set a goal to pay off $1,000 credit card debt and you only pay off $500, you worked towards it. You put in the effort to do it, and you can do it. It's just so easy for us to just say, I'm not going to do this. Well, for other people, it's so easy for them to just say, I'm not going to do this today, because you guys, in a sense, don't have to do it. Some of us, because you do have another job that if, Beachbody falls through, you have a job that pays your bills. I'm not saying that, I was able to work the business at my old job because my boss was hardly ever there. But, you need to just set time away. But this is why I wanted you guys to kind of visualize, in a sense, of one, why you love Beachbody and what's still holding you here on those hard days, because we all have those hard days. And what is a financial goal for you that we're not making long-term 6, 7, 8, 12 months. I'm talking 3 months. In 3 months, what you can do with this business, if you put your mind to it, is amazing. I mean, I'd have to look at my income progression from whenever we do the sneak peek, which I think I actually have it right here. Because I have like my 3, 6, 9. And it's not crazy what you can achieve. Let me see, because I want to tell you what it is, because I want you guys to understand what I'm talking, what could actually happen in 3 months. Any day now. There's a prime example. And this is at the beginning. This was my month 3 coaching. In 1 month, I made $678 in 1 month. My month 3 as a coach. Why? Because I dove head first into coaching, because I knew that it's what I wanted. I knew that I wanted to be here 2 years from now and, this be my full-time thing. Granted, I got forced into it, but I'm here and I'm working and I'm still doing it. So, and just a prime example, guys, my month 9, 1 month, 9th month, 1587 in 1 month. And believe me, that is not huge, because there's coaches out there that are very successful and make like $10,000 in a month. I know them personally. It's 1,000% possible. It's a matter of what they're doing compared to what you're doing. And it's not because they know more people or because they're in a certain area. No, they're putting their heads down and they're going to work. And they have goals in mind of what they're working it towards. So, next person, Holly. All right, girl, you're unmuted.
Okay. So for me, my goal is financially, and I'm a little bit different because of the whole job aspect. A lot of you know I'm a veterinary technician. I've been one for, 14 and a half years now. And I finally went to a practice. I'll be there 10 years now. That they are absolutely wonderful. So I'm very fortunate for that. But in the same token, since I started this journey, I absolutely love it. And I want to be like full-time in this too. And I don't see why I can't. And I'm trying to do that. Timing's always a factor, but I'm really trying to do that. So my financial goals, and I had mentioned it in a post before, but a lot of you know I don't have any actual kids. I have fur babies. And I lost two of my boys, my Rottweilers, to cancer. They were only 7, one in October and one in January. But I have so much financial debt because of their, back surgeries, knee surgeries, emergency visits, even though I work for a vet. I hate to even say how much in debt I am, but I have
not cheap, I know.
2 credit cards, and it's like $9,000 some dollars. And it makes me sick because they're not here anymore. And I'm still paying for them. So I just want to get that taken care of. And even if I could do $500, in 3 months, it's something. So that really kills me that I pay that every month. They're not even here. So sorry.
No, but I get it. Believe me, I get it.
So yeah, guys, these are my kids. I don't actually have 2-legged kids. So I really struggle with that, but getting past that fact, and for me, I've come out of my shell big time since being, and I thank you for that. You guys are amazing, and it really means a lot to me. You really push me past that comfort zone, and I always thought I talk to clients at work, and I do teach puppy preschool, and I'm always preaching stuff. But this was really different, it was a lot different to really be out there in front of people. So, yeah, that really helped me with my confidence for sure. So that's the biggest thing for coaching. Just making me feel so much better inside. And people are noticing that, with my posts, and I'm trying to be better at the videos. But they're actually contacting me here and there, messaging me, you really motivated me today. And that means a lot to me.
Yeah. And I think it's a huge thing that you can actually see. And I commended you for it the other day or last week. You can see that you've honestly been wholeheartedly posting about coaching and what it's done for you. And you've attracted, how many people into coaching within the last month.
Yeah.
Just by being honest. And
yeah, exactly. And that's what I was so, Katie said, I was so in my head.
And you weren't afraid. I think you finally got out of that zone where you're afraid to be okay, this is what I'm doing.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, that's one of my biggest things. And I talked about positivity the other day because it was just on my mind before I went to work, and I got distracted by that squirrel, so I had to post that. So that was hilarious. But I just wanted to rant about it, and I just said I need to talk about it because it's so true. And just being I'm dealing with a lot with my cousin in the hospital right now, and I'm just trying to be positive. And I grew up with my mom, she was just such a negative person, and she still is. I dealt with that the other day at the hospital. I just can't anymore. It's so exhausting. And everybody, even at work, everybody can notice how different I am. And I'm not so I don't the littlest thing would piss me off, and I would be pissed about it. And that was the trend of the day. So
I said to somebody today, I'm this girl was you never complain. And I'm well, first of all, I'm not going to complain on Facebook because it's just not my thing, but we like complaining is not going to get you anywhere. Complaining about Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton or the Olympics and the pool being green or whatever is not getting anybody anywhere. It's just feeding into all this negativity that people want to feed into. So it really is. It's not worth it to sit there and be negative. Brad, I will tell you guys, and anybody who's around Brad long enough will know, Brad can be very negative at times. And I kind of have to rein it in a little bit because he just has a tendency to be that way. And because that's the way that he was raised, and that's just the way that it was. He doesn't have this every single day to, build his positivity. And I have to try to do that. But there's days when I'm just like, stop it. But it's frustrating, and I get that. And Holly, honest to God, I can tell you just from, I'm your coach and I'm your mentor, but I can see a huge difference. And people are obviously seeing a huge difference because you've brought in coaches in, you've brought in new challengers in, you're hitting Success Club. So this goal that you're going to set for yourself, now that you know that that's your goal, whether it be, if there's a chance $9,000 is going to happen in 3 months. But you have that goal in mind, and you're going to say you have your full-time job. So that makes it, when I had my full-time job, I paid off so much credit card debt with my Beachbody money because I wasn't using it as play money. I didn't need to use my money. So every paycheck that was coming in, I would literally split, whatever I needed out for taxes. And then I would take the other half and I'd split, half and half for me, and the rest went to my bills. And if my paycheck was good enough that week and I didn't have crazy amounts of other bills to pay or things going on, then I put my entire Beachbody paycheck to my credit card debt. Because I'm a shopaholic and I like to shop. And before I started Beachbody, I was like $10,000 in credit card debt with stupid ass credit cards from Macy's and Kohl's and stupid places because I like to shop. But I like to pay minimum payments too. I don't like to pay. I'm not that person that's going to pay the whole thing. I'm terrible at that. I'm an impulse buyer, and that's just the way my husband can't stand that. It drives him insane. I'm so that way.
That's me too.
But I've gotten to the point where I know what I can spend, and that's what you're going to do. You have that in mind. That's your goal, and that's what you're going to work towards. And you've already started because you've stepped so far outside of your comfort zone, and everybody is seeing that. And that's why you're seeing, it's just a cycle that you're just seeing now because you're doing.
Yeah.
I see a totally different person.
Thank you. Yeah. I never thought this was going to be happening. Like, I was petrified. Like,
and look at Jake.
I know, right? Like, he's actually got his own Facebook now.
Oh my God. I messaged Holly the other day. I was like, who is this? Because she just got hacked on Facebook a couple weeks ago. So I didn't know. Brad yelled at me. He was like, how did you not know his name was Jason? I'm like, well, because everybody calls him Jake.
We always had no, Jen, real quick. When Jake and I first met 18 years ago, 3 months into it, he's like, my name's not really Jake. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's Jason. I'm like, okay. That creeped me out.
So I get this friend request from a Jason Humphreys, and it's his picture. And I'm like, I messaged Holly. I was like, I know you dealt with this fraud thing the other couple weeks ago. Is this really Jake? Because I'm not going to friend request him so he can give me a virus on my computer or something. And he messaged me back. I was like, no, it's me, whatever. So it was just funny. Yeah. So honestly, you are doing, and this was even a bigger eye opener for you, that now you have that goal in mind, and now you just have to work towards it. And it doesn't, and what are you doing differently? Nothing. You're just stepped outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah, right. Nothing.
Like Katie said, got out of your own
head. Out of your head. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I believe it.
Okay. My little peoples. Who's Melissa? My little country heater.
Yeah.
What's up, girlfriend?
Hi.
Okay, so I know because we've had personal conversations. Everybody probably doesn't know Melissa as this is just a prime example of Facebook. I met Melissa through Facebook. I'm sure down the line somewhere we have a lot of mutual friends in common, but I met her through Facebook. And I love her dearly. She's the cutest. She's literally like me in a person, and another person. But so she came to me and one day and she said, I want to be able to do what you did at some point with my job. I have 4 kids. I want to be able to say goodbye to my job. I don't want to sit in traffic every day. So what are your 3 things that you love, and what is one financial thing that you want to work towards in the next 3 months?
So, well, first of all, I helped my mom, which was a big deal for me because she was always sick. Like every week she was another sickness, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I told her that, I said, all of this has like really changed my life, like in the past 4 months. Like everything has turned around for me. And I wanted her to get better. And I told her, I said, you have to do something because you can't be sick all the time. So she started drinking Shakeology and working out with me almost 2 months now, and she hasn't even had a sniffle in 2 months. So like no prescriptions, no running to the doctors, no missing work, none of that, and she feels great. And now my stepdad is doing it with me too, and he's lost 10 pounds in like 2 weeks already.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, so just the fact that I have them, and I know, like, I want to help people. And now I got Joe, my husband, he started stealing my Shakeology, like, way in the beginning.
Brad started doing that, and then I was like, okay, I'm just going to buy you some.
Yeah, so that's what I did. I signed him up as a coach, so, I mean, he doesn't he doesn't even know how to work Facebook, but he has a Facebook. But so he does it too now, and he's lost like 20 pounds. And I just, like, the whole thing, I love it. It worked so great for me. And I mean, I've done it in the past, but then, I sort of like forgot about it. And then you get pregnant and life happens and whatever, but it works and I believe in it. So that's why I want to help people. And then, like these past couple days, I finally did my whole video thing. I was like so super afraid of that, but I finally did it. So I'm in my 3rd month now, and my goal is to be able to quit my job and do this full time like you do. And I think that I can do it. I think I kind of made 2-year plan for like how you did, to where, in 2 years, I want to be able to walk away from my job and do this full time. I guess it's kind of hard right now because I just have so much on my plate and I'm trying to make it work, but I don't really post much about the coaching opportunity just because I feel like I'm still trying to get my bearings on things. So I don't know, I guess maybe I should just like dive into it. But
yeah, absolutely. I think honestly, just sharing what you have been able to do in 3 months with your family, and helping them so much, because that's a blessing more than you even know. Because my dad, it was so stubborn and he refused. I think a month before he passed, Katie, I remember telling you this, that I got him to try a Shakeology. And I know he only did it because I asked him to. I was just sitting there one afternoon. I said, hey, do you want me to make you a chocolate shake? And he was just like, yeah, sure. He's like, probably knew that I wouldn't shut up about it. So, and it took him like all day to drink it, but whatever. He was stubborn, and he, and I laugh about it now because he used to tell me, that's right, you're the fixer, you're going to fix the world. But honestly, that is even more so why I'm going to do this, because I don't want to see people in that position, just like you don't want to see your parents sick. And that's something like that, saying that you were able to be, to do that with coaching, because honestly, as a challenger, would you have maybe really, I mean, when I was just not even a challenger, when I was using burn DVDs, I was telling everybody about T25 and this Shaun T. But I wasn't being like, hey, you know, do this. You can get a discount. You can, you know, drink this. I didn't know nothing about Shakeology. Just talking about that, like telling someone that your stepdad lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks, they're going to be like, what? Because it's insane. Because honestly, if you really are doing what you should be doing, that's amazing. And that's huge. Because holding on to an extra 10 pounds, we've all been there. We know that's not fun. And it doesn't feel good. So, I mean, that's a perfect way to start talking about it. And like you said,
yeah,
you know, you have a 2-year plan, and that's awesome, because like I said, when I lost my job, I was forced into that. And I have always told Brad, if I ever get to a point that I have to go back to work full time, absolutely I will, because we're not going to struggle. But I make what I made full time at my job. So it's okay. But you know, that's a great plan, and it's a great thing to push towards. So it's just definitely just having that goal in mind. And you are another prime example of your actions meet your goals. I mean, you do what you say you're going to do. You told me I'm going to post a workout video, and not only did you post a live video, but it didn't work, and she did it again.
Oh my God, I was so embarrassed.
Which I love, because honest to God, if it was me, I'd probably been like, screw this, I'm done. I'll try again tomorrow.
Oh my God, no, I had to do something, you know, but yeah, so I mean that, and you know, I wanna be able to spend some time with my kids. So like, I've worked my whole life, and Ben's only 7 months old, and I just feel like I missed out on a lot of things with my other kids growing up, just because I have always had to work full time. So if I can make this my primary job, and I love it, I love doing this, I would rather go to work and sit on my computer all day and do beach body stuff than actually work, which I do stuff while I'm at work, but it's hard because I have so many other things I have to do. But yeah, I just want to be able to do that too, like, see things with my kids. But I mean, I don't know, that's the plan.
Yeah, and it's absolutely possible. It's just, like I said, those days when it's hard are the days that I want you guys to think about those 3 things of why you love doing this so much. Because I know for me, when I think about, oh, what the hell am I doing? I literally look back at pictures. I have went through albums before on my rough days, and like, do you really want to be that person again? Do you want to be that girl, like going to GNC once a month, getting your diet pills and making everybody think you're happy when you're really not? No, because my life sucked then. I had a wonderful husband. I had a wonderful family, but my life sucked. I didn't like myself. I actually like myself now. So yeah, those are the things that, you know, coaching did that for me. It gave me back. So and I know that it has probably done that for all of you guys. So one more person, and then we're going to go. Hope, you're up.
How did I know that you were going to call me? I thought I was going to skate this one. Well, the one thing,
I called on some of my introverts. You're one of my extroverts. I can.
So the one thing financially, so I'm like the older of the group, so my goals are a little bit different, and it kind of flips and flops a little bit. The one thing that I would like to do on my job, I'll be there for 20 years next June. 20 years I'll be on my job. And the one thing that I would really love to do is, like, so when you get a milestone like that, they go and do a big what-to-do, whatever, put you in a room full of people and congratulate you. I would love to walk in with my resignation that day, that I hit 20 years, and say, I'm leaving and I want to come home and do that.
Party, but I'm going.
Yeah, but deuces. And it's not that I want to like shove it in anybody's face. It's just something that I would like to do because I've been in the financial industry for about 30 years. So ever since I graduated from college, I've been working in the financial industry, and I just don't want to do it anymore. I just don't want to do it anymore.
Well, you told me personally that you want to retire doing something you love.
Exactly. I want the last part of my working life to be doing something that I love to do. And so that brings me to this point. I love being a coach. And the reason why you guys always, you were talking about the positivity. I am the epitome of positivity. I don't do negative. Like, I've had enough negativity in my life, and I've managed to get that out of my life. And so I don't have room for that in my life anymore. And so on the daily, I really try to block all that negativity out of my world. And so the fact that I can inspire people with my positivity and inspire them to be the best version of themselves is really one of the reasons why I love being a coach. The other thing is, I've had excellent success with it. You know, Jen and I met each other on vacation. We tell this story all the time. And I had no interest in listening and doing this thing that she was talking about. But then when I saw
that crazy white girl was talking about the beach.
that beach body, and the first thing I told her, I said, a beach body? I don't have a beach body. What are you talking about? So she explained to me like exactly what this beach body thing was, but I wasn't interested in it. But when I finally, set my mind to it, I've gotten some really major success from Beachbody and drinking Shakeology every day, and all the products that I've used. I've had some really good success, or not products, but all the fitness programs that I've used. I've had like really good success, and I love the accountability that being a coach has for me. Another thing is I teach Zumba, and another reason why I started my journey is because I kind of felt like I was fake. I would be like inspiring these people and doing this thing and telling them to do their best. And I wasn't my best. I'd come home and eat like this major plate of food with all this dessert and everything. And so being a coach keeps me accountable. It keeps me real. It keeps me, on the forefront of that. So I love the accountability of being a coach has me to be, because I practice what I preach, basically is what it is. So if I'm telling people to be good and be better, be the best version of themselves, I practice that. And when I slip off, I practice that too. I'm real with that. Like, I let them know that I'm a human being, and being a coach doesn't mean I'm some kind of a, robot that walks around and does all this healthy stuff. I drink wine because I kicked my butt on 21 Day Fix Extreme. So I deserve this, right?
Hey, I did that once. I did 21 Day Fix Extreme at one time, and that was probably my best results I've ever had with Beachbody was 21 Day Fix Extreme, no wine, and 100% strict. I lost 7 pounds in 21 days. And
here's the thing, I wasn't even 100% strict. There were days I come home from work, because I'm telling you, I have a stressful job. I'd be like, the heck with it, I just got to do it, So
it was a stressful job too over here.
So anyway, and like I said, I love to inspire people, and I think they see that I draw people based on these kids, my positivity. And so that's it. The other thing is, my husband and I, there's a couple things. We are tossing around buying a bigger house. And so I don't know if we're going to do it. I don't know. We kind of toss it around, but one of the things financially, we have a couple, credit cards that we want to pay off. And even if we don't buy a bigger house for us, one of the retirement possibilities we have to have income is to buy rental properties. So, we could do it now, but we want to just kind of be debt free, going and buying another, because we're not being slumlords. We're going to buy nice places to rent, and have good income. So that's where I'm at with it right now, financially. So how I'm going to do that, I'm going to be honest, I don't know.
Well, one thing I don't want you doing is we want you to make it to 20 years, because I would like to see a video of this party. But I want you to this is what I'm talking, this is a prime example of, you do a great you are amazing at being real and honest with people, and I love that. Hope is very faithful, and she shares her faith, and she used to be afraid to share it. And I was, she spoke to Heather Burns, and share it. Be you, because that's what people are going to relate to. But you do a great job, and you're consistent at that. Share the opportunity. Share the fact that there's an opportunity here, that at some point, and you don't have to, obviously, we don't want you to talk about the fact that you're going to walk in and say, here.
I can't do that.
We don't want you to do that, because I want to see videos of this. But I want you to just be able to just share your dreams of like, this is what I'm working towards. And this opportunity is giving me that. Yes, I work full time, but I have this extra income to be like, if we want to go buy a house to rent out or a bigger house for us, we can do that. And you have told me a few times that those little sweethearts running around your house right now, you'd love to spend more time with them.
Yes, I would. See this right? See,
And not have to take vacation
helmet
to do
for
it.
my head.
You'd love to spend more time with them and not have to take vacation to do that.
Right.
Yeah, and just
I would.
talking about things like that, like today in my transformation post, like it was a coach invite post, but it was a Transformation Tuesday post, but it was a post about how Steph and I have, because 2 years ago, Steph and I literally, our relationship is so insane, because I think Steph messaged me when I was doing P90. She signed up to coach right around the time that I did, but she messaged me when she knew I was doing P90 because she was creeping on me, because that's what she does best. But she said to me, do you like that program? And I was like, no, not at all, but I'm going to finish it because I started it. And that is literally how we became friends. And me and Steph became friends way before we became business partners. And the next message from her, we chatted back and forth and laughed. And she was just like my person, because she was somebody that I could be F you, shit, ass, whatever with. Like, she didn't care. But she asked me if I was driving to Summit, and she seen me post in a group about Summit. And then, I said, let's meet up and let's drive together. And then after Summit, Steph and I were like this, and we have not left each other's side since. So she's just that's why I shared that, because we 2.5 years ago both made a choice to take a leap of faith. And we were both sick and tired of our jobs. We were both sick of being stuck in life and building someone else's dreams. Instead we made the choice to start building our own, and we found each other. And that just makes it all the better. Like, I really some days want people to pinch me, because I'm like, is this my job? I get to work with my best friends, people who I love. Like, my boss would tell me I'm going, we have to go meet these people. I'm like, Jesus God, we really have to go sit through this meeting. No, this is a work meeting, guys, and I love every minute of it. It's fun. We can sit and drink wine. We can talk to each other on a real level, and we can be honest with each other, which is the best thing of it all. So that's what I mean when I just want you guys to think about it in that way. And that's why I just kind of wanted to flip your switch a little bit and get out of your head of not worrying about, if you're posting about coaching the right way. I was so guilty of that. My porch coach, Allison, was not even involved really in coaching. And I messaged her every day and was like, is this okay to post? Should I post this? Like, she probably thought I was a lunatic, but I wanted to make my business work, and I wanted to make sure that I was doing it the right way. I look back at posts 2 years ago and I cringe, and I'm like, can I delete that from Facebook? But we all start somewhere. And I surprised myself yesterday in my live video that I did. And I said, you don't have to be stuck where you are. You just have to start where you are. And it really is. It's honest to God. You've all started, and you just have to show people that they can do the same thing. There's an opportunity here. It's not just about coaching people in challenge groups. And yes, our job is amazing that we get to do that. But other people, other moms, other dog moms, for me, I have not tried to have kids. My husband's never home. But I, at some point, would like to have a baby. And my goal, my why, is to I have my why evolves all the time with my dad being sick. I don't want people being sick. I work my butt off every day because I want to eventually be able to, once 9 months comes and I birth a child, I don't have to say, okay, I'm going back to work now. I'm going to stick you with Nunny. Like, my mom would be a great caregiver, but I don't want to have to do that. I've always said that. And I don't it's terrible to say, but I've always wanted to be, if I'm going to be a mother, I want to be home with my kids. And that right now would entail my husband working more hours than he already does if I didn't have Beachbody. So for me, that's not an option, because one of my whys on this board over here is to make him, by next summer, not have to do these crazy hours. He works 16 hours a day. It's insane. I don't see him from Monday to Friday. It's not okay with me anymore. So that's a huge goal for me. And that is why I do what I do. And that is why I'm so passionate about it, because, and it's okay. I mean, I know that I don't want you guys treating people like Success Club points. That is not what, and I know we talked about this. That's the last thing I want you to do. But if you're talking from your heart and you have a goal in mind and you have a reason why you're doing this and why you're sharing it, it's going to come off versus, hey, I want you to buy this because I'm going to get 2 Success Club points and I'm going to get a robe or whatever the hell they're giving next month. Yeah. So that's what, don't think of it that way, or that Jen told you need to get. I don't want you guys just to get Success Club points. I want you to change lives. But I want you to be able to help people in all aspects. Grandmothers, mothers, dog moms, people who hate their jobs. There's so many people out there in the world that just feel stuck, because guess what? That's just the way that the world says it has to be, but it doesn't have to be that way. So I want you guys to think about that. And that's why I did that little exercise, because it's not because I wanted to just say, hey, just let's have something to talk about. I really wanted you guys to think about that and have a goal in mind to push for the next 3 months. So I wanted to leave you guys with this. I was at a seminar a couple weeks ago, and I may have told you guys this too, but this guy who was talking at the seminar, he was so funny, he was cracking me up. But he said, if you, in the way that our world is with the economy and things like that, if you are a single individual and you have one income, you're doing it wrong. If you are married and you have only 2 incomes, you're doing it wrong. He said people that are in the business of having your own business and entrepreneurs, and Gary Vee is the king of that. He talked about it at Summit, like making your own life. And instead of making somebody else a ton of money or, working towards someone else's dreams, you have this platform, this opportunity in front of you to do that. And that's what we just have to share with people. Who the hell cares if not everybody wants to do it? This is not something that is for everyone. We all know that. Some days I even think that it's not for me, but we have this in front of us. It's our obligation and our mission to share that with people, because it's not fair to leave someone sitting in a 9-to-5 that hates their life when there's this opportunity that is just, honest to God, so simple. Get healthy and share that with people who wouldn't want to do that. I've been talking about the Wonder Brow on my eyelash extensions for 2 weeks. Guess what? Because I like it. Just like I like Shakeology, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. So think about it. If you like a restaurant, if you like Wonder Brow or eyelash extensions or a hair color or whatever it is, or graphic t-shirts. Do you know how many people have messaged me about where I got my graphic t-shirts at? Like, really? Yeah, why? Because I wear it and I talk about it. And I'm not afraid to do that. Get out of your own head. Like Katie said 50 minutes ago, get out of your own head. She could have just left us with that. We could have been gone 50 minutes ago. But honestly, get out of your own way, get out of your own head, and just do it. It really is. We're like Nike, just do it. But honestly, guys, it really is that simple. I know. And honest to God, like I said, some of you guys were in Rank in the Bank with us, which is a group. And at some point down the road, we will do that again, but it's going to take a while because it takes a lot of work. But it really is just, we overcomplicate this. Just be yourself. talk about it. Samantha has been doing amazing workout posts. Her posts are amazing. She's a mom. She's home with her, but she's doing it and she's sharing it and she's doing great at it. Heather has amazing goals, which I love, and she's willing to share that, and she's stepping out of her comfort zone on her Facebook, just doing it. And that's where you're going to see success, by just doing it, not giving yourself. None of us have time. I'm home every day and I still don't have time. I look at the clock and I'm like, oh, it's 10 o'clock. I did nothing today. But it's just a matter of just doing it and sucking it up and saying, you know what? I said I was going to pay off $500 worth of credit card debt. This week I'm only making $250. I better bust my ass next week. So think about that. That's what I want you guys to think about it as that way. And it's not about just the money and whatever. We're here to help people, but you also have an opportunity that can help people tenfold. I mean, you're here for a reason. It helped you. So just think about that and don't be afraid to share that with people. So I'm going to just 5 more minutes. If you guys have anything to say, unmute yourselves and just, talk away, because I just did. Anyone? Katie, anybody?
I missed what you guys were talking about in the beginning with the big challenge group.
Oh, so how we initially started all this craziness was Jen started this big challenge group, and I was continuously changing it over. And I just one day got on a call and I was like, we're not doing that anymore. We are going to, Hope and Erica probably, well, Erica, I don't know if you, but Hope probably remembers this call where I was like, we're not doing this anymore. We're going to just do one big group and that's what we're going to do, because I was constantly re-changing it over. So we just ended up turning that into like a big support group, where for me, basically, Melissa, you probably know what is this, because you started in it. I put my challengers through a 21, 30-day group with me personally, and then they move into that big support group. And in my eyes, it's supposed to be just like a challenge group, but it's hard for me to post in there every single day. I mean, I post my workouts in there because it's an easy thing. I'm posting it and I'm sharing it. But for me, the whole reason I created that group as a separate thing was so that I could still use my challenge group and use the same content over and over and over again, because nobody's like, So honestly, just as a team, is
for life.
I'm sorry.
For Life Club, right?
Yeah.
For life. Okay.
Yeah. So, and honestly, that's to make you guys' life easier and to kind of push you to help more people in a sense, because if you have a challenge group coming up the next month and you don't have anybody in it, you're going to say, oh, well, my other people are in that big group, so I'm not going to put them back in my challenge group. And I think that's what some people have been doing, and because they're afraid that they'll have a group with nobody in it. But in a sense, it will push you to be like, okay, well, and that's honestly what I do. If I have 6 people in my current challenge group, everybody that's in our best version of you group right now, at the end of the month, they're going into that big group. And I will start a whole new, well, we're doing it in the challenge tracker app next month. But and if you guys too, with that, if you want to team up with someone and do it with someone, if you don't have a lot of people that you're going to do it with next month or whatever, Dana brought this to my attention. You can now co-host groups in there like you can on Facebook. So actually, Steph and I are running an event. We're each running totally separate events from our like pages, but we are coming together when it comes time to start our group with the challenge tracker app, and we're doing it together. They're all going to get the same link as from the challenge tracker app for that, so that we can do the health bet thing, because that, guys, is going to be huge. Like, could you imagine if one of your challengers was a part, or you were a part of a chance to win some portion of $3 million? Like, that's insane.
We don't have access to that challenge tracker app, though.
Yeah, you do.
We do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you actually, I have it on my phone. Hold on one second. It's if you look it up I made my cousin Alicia look it up the other day. It's My Challenge Tracker app, I think. If you search it in your apps on your phone, you should be able to find it through your apps.
Okay.
And then if you want to create a group with it, you just have to you have to go to, I think it's the website. You have to go to website and do everything physically, like creating your group and getting the codes for people. You have to do that on the computer. But everything else, like what happens is once you get the emails of everybody who's going to be involved, you put their emails into the website, and it'll send them a code to log in through the app and they just need to, all they have to do is download the app on their phone.
Okay.
And then everything can be done totally through the app. They don't even have to go on Facebook. So it really is going to be a huge thing. Look, I'll send you a link, Melissa, for like an FAQ on it. But it really is like, that would be, I know one thing, you'll see me, I'll be in my challenge group posting all about my Shakeology. I post about my workouts. I do struggle with posting about Shakeology in my challenge group because I have that kind of thing where I don't like to push that on some people, but I'll be posting like 5 times a week about my Shakeology because I want to be part of $3 million. So, but yeah, that's why we are doing it and I haven't used the Challenge Tracker app yet. I'm guilty of that, but because I've never really had a necessity for it because nobody's really ever said, I don't do Facebook. I don't want to be on Facebook. And that to me was essentially what it's for. But I'm excited to use it. And like I said, if you don't have a ton of people or you're afraid to do it alone, team up with someone in the team and do it together. Because me and Steph are doing a group together. We're starting on the 22nd. So yeah. And one last thing, Katie, do you have any final thoughts? Katie and I discussed this. I was like, am I crazy with doing this? Like, is this okay?
It was good. Very good.
Okay, so you guys all have goals. You know why you love Beachbody, so let's work towards those goals. 3 months from now, today is August the 16th. 3 months from now, we are going to have a call about who hit their goal. And if they, and I will going to tell you if I paid off that Summit credit card. Because we and Brad had a conversation at dinner the other day. He goes, so how much did you spend in that core mall? And I'm like, he said, did you spend like $600 in there? And I'm like, not $600. He said, so like 200. I said, no, we should probably end this conversation now before it goes somewhere where we don't want it to go. We're trying to have a nice dinner here. So yeah, that is going to be that's my 3-month goal. It's a Chase Southwest card. I only got it because I paid for our flights to go to freaking Fort Lauderdale for the cruise, but I plan to have it paid off so that we can put more flights on there for when we go to Punta Cana. So yes. Everybody has goals. We know why we love coaching, so we're going to get to work, right? And don't get discouraged about Success Club. I'm still at 2, just so you guys know. And I have about 8 people telling me they're going to do it. So follow-up is key for me this month. So don't give up. Team Cup is here. I know my Team Cup is awesome. I love my girls, and I want you guys to talk to your Team Cup people. Get them involved, cheer them on, and just say, what are you guys doing? Don't be afraid to challenge them. I messaged my girls the other night at 9:30 at night. It was like 10 invites by 10 o'clock. And they all did it. They were like, hell yeah, we're doing this. And they all did it. So don't be afraid to root each other on and cheer each other on, because that's what it's all about. And that's why we love what we do. And, that's why we love each other. So I love you guys. Thank you for getting on. And it is recorded for those who didn't get on. But I will, if you need anything, let me know. And we are working towards goals. We got goals. Okay. Thank you guys. Have a good night.